You've seen them, right? Those workout challenges that just blow up online? Well, today, we're not actually going to do the workout. Nope. Instead, we're going to break down the powerful communication, the psychology behind one of these military-style challenges to figure out why it works so well. It all starts with just two words. But they're not a request, are they? They're a command. This isn't some friendly invitation. Right from the very first second, it grabs you, establishes authority, and demands your complete attention. It hooks you in like you're about to get a critical mission briefing. And that really gets to the heart of it. The workout itself, it's just three basic exercises. So how on earth does the language they wrap around it turn a simple routine into this massive character-defining test? That's exactly what we're going to unpack. Okay, so first up, let's look at how this whole thing is framed. It's not just presented as exercise, it's positioned as this exclusive invitation, one where the stakes are incredibly high. Right out of the gate, it tells you this is not a normal workout. Bam! That one sentence immediately draws a line in the sand. It says, whatever you thought this was, you're wrong. And just like that, it creates an in-group, the people who are daring enough to try something extraordinary, and an out-group, still doing those, normal workouts. It promises you're about to do something special. And just look at how they define the experience. It's not about burning calories or getting a six-pack. No, the language elevates it. It's a military-style challenge. It's a test, not just of your strength and endurance, but of your mental toughness. See, this isn't just about your body. It's a full-on audit of your character. All right, next, let's get into the rules of engagement. The framework here is just brilliantly simple, and that minimalism, that's a core part of its psychological punch. 3. Just 3 exercises. That's it. And that simplicity is so disarming, isn't it? It completely removes the excuse of, oh, it's too complicated. You can't say you don't get it. It's simple, which makes it feel doable, but also kinda inescapable. There's nowhere to hide. But you know what's really powerful here? It's what they take away. No fancy equipment means you have zero excuse not to do it right here, right now. No stopwatch, and no competition against other people. That means all those external things we measure ourselves against are gone. By stripping all that away, the challenge forces you to look inward. It becomes a purely internal fight, just you against yourself. So now we get to the exercises. But we're not going to focus on the movements themselves. We're going to look at the powerful, story-driven language they use to describe them. Because this is how you turn a simple workout into a true ordeal. I mean, the framing here is just genius. It's not a list. It's presented as 3 distinct stages of a gauntlet. The push-up isn't an exercise, it's the filter. The squat is the grind, and the burpee is the killer. This reads a whole story arc, with difficulty ramping up and a clear villain waiting for you at the end. While you're doing push-ups, you're told, this is where most people fail. That is such a classic psychological move. It immediately sets a super high bar, and it pre-frames the struggle you're in. So if you get through it, you've already beaten the point where most people would have quit. Your success feels way more significant right from the jump. Then you get to the squats, and that burn in your legs gets totally reframed. It's not just fatigue anymore. By bringing up the image of a soldier, your pain is suddenly transformed into a test of pure discipline. It's a command to endure, to push through that discomfort just like a soldier would have to. Complaining? Not an option. And finally, you reach the burpee. And at this point, it's not even an exercise. It's personified as the killer. It's the final boss you have to take down. This is just a masterful way to turn the absolute most grueling part of the challenge into a climactic winner-take-all battle for survival. And all of this brings us to the most crucial part of the whole message. This is the moment where the entire challenge pivots, where it stops being about your body and starts being about your mind. And here it is, the thesis statement for the whole thing. This is where mental strength matters more than muscles. This line pulls back the curtain and reveals the true game. All that physical exhaustion, that was just the price of admission. The real test, the one that actually matters, is your mental fortitude. It's a direct challenge to your willpower, so you can see the strategy laid out plain as day. Every physical feeling is systematically taken and reinterpreted as a mental battle. Chest to the ground isn't just about good form, it's a sign of mental toughness. Your legs will burn isn't a signal to stop, it's your cue to remember that soldiers don't complain. Physical pain literally becomes the evidence that this mental war is being fought and won. So after all this pain, this whole mental and physical ordeal, what's the reward? What do you get for finishing? Well, it's not a medal. It's not a prize. It is something way, way more powerful. The prize you get is a new identity. The reward is the core belief that you're built different. Finishing this thing means you are fundamentally different from all the people who couldn't or wouldn't even try. It's this incredibly powerful statement of elite status, a psychological trophy that confirms your resilience. But how does that new identity get activated? How does it get amplified? Well, it uses a classic psychological principle called social proof, and we're about to see the engine that makes a challenge like this go viral. And for the grand finale, the absolute masterstroke, write in the comments, "I finished it." This simple command is everything. It asks you to take your private internal victory and make it a public declaration. Every single comment becomes a testimonial, building this visible community of finishers that proves to everyone else it's possible and dares them to join the club. This is the fuel for the fire. So when you pull it all apart, what you're looking at is just a masterclass in psychological motivation, which kind of leaves us with a much bigger question to think about. Why are we so drawn to these manufactured hardships? Maybe, just maybe, in a world that's getting more and more comfortable, more convenient, maybe we have this deep primal need to face a struggle, to feel pain, and to overcome it, just to prove to ourselves that we're still here and that we're built to endure.